Today after like a week or so in Pioneer, and after dipping my toes in the Pioneer pond, I've emerged with a little bit of an unhealthy obsession for Omen Hawker. In Pioneer, we ended up making 4 mana on turn 2 with Omen Hawker one time. We went Leyline of Anticipation, flash it an Omen Hawker, then play another 1-drop, then play a Nykthos, and use Omen Hawker to activate Nykthos, have 4 blue mana on turn 2. And we cast a turn 2 4 mana Thassa. And that was really sweet, and so, you know, I think I've come around on the Hawker a little bit. So, very simply put, a 1 mana creature that can make 2 mana, without, you know, having to spend mana leveling it up is very unique. This is, you know, outside of like Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl, this doesn't really exist in Modern. Of course, you can only use this mana to activate abilities, but there are a lot of good activated abilities in Modern. In this shell, I'm mostly like, just like I'm interested in using Omen Hawker to activate Nykthos and Pioneer. In Modern, I'm interested in using Omen Hawker to make Urza Saga tokens. I think this is very interesting, the fact that you just can dump the mana in there. But the card also works very well with Step Through. Step Through kind of turns into a better finale of Devastation when you have Omen Hawker, where you get to go turn 1 Hawker, turn 2, cycle Step Through with the Omen Hawker mana, cast Asmo, and cast Cookbook, where when you finale for Asmo on turn 2, you can't cast the Cookbook also. And then you could also sink your Omen Hawker mana into Thopter Foundry activations to combo off with Sword of the Meek, get extra Thopters every turn. You can sink the mana into Underworld Cookbook activations. You can sink it into Urza activations. You can sink it into Bankbuster activations. Bankbuster is another card in Pioneer that's really, really impressed me. You may see me play more of this card. You may see me play less of this card. I was kind of thinking about playing even like mono blue affinity with Omen Hawker. We may do that at some point this week or next week. But Omen Hawker can activate Bankbuster, Nettle Cyst, Urza Saga, the clue tokens from Hard Evidence if you play Hard Evidence. A lot of stuff there. Yeah, the blue Ragavan. Can also spend for the generic mana on Unearth cards. Can't just Unearth Mutt by tapping an Omen Hawker, sadly, because this costs a red, but there's a little bit of a synergy there. We also have some Nimble Obstructionist in the sideboard, which Hawker can spend the mana into. And you can also Step Through for Obstructionist. I think this is good against like Cascade decks specifically, because it does counter the Cascade. Bringing against Titan, also a couple of matchups. That's the build. It was pretty okay during my testing yesterday. Very, very fun, too. We also have 1 Rona as a step-through target. That also works well with Hawker. You know, transform for a little bit cheaper. If no Daredevil, you can have Zerda. That's not true, because Urza Saga means no Zerda. Saga. Well, this is a cool hand. I'm going to mulligan, though. We got a Hawker, baby. We have an Urza Saga to sink that mana into. Let's go ahead and keep this, put back second Cookbook, I suppose. Yeah, Ovalchase also turns off Zerda, but I was replying to a comment that said if you cut the Ovalchases, you get Zerda, which is not the case. Shook up 42 months, thank you. Up against Averted Catacombs, which is probably Yawgmoth. Oh, nope. Yeah, no one expects the Omen Hawker, although I'm a little bit worried it's going to get pinged by a Ren 6 on the draw. Z-Bug with the 17, Gabroth with the 40, thank you. Playing a lot of Omen Hawker in Standard, the Blueback Training Grounds deck you play in Pioneer translates well to Standard. That's exciting, yeah. That's very exciting. Yeah, that deck was definitely very, very sweet. Let's go and get a Watery Grave. I don't want to play the Stevens and to give my opponent the information that I drew this for turn, but we'll see. If they do kill the Hawker, I get to go just, you know, Saga, Shadowspear, Cookbook. That might be okay. Is the plan 1 league of this and 1 of the Raw Priest list? The Raw Priest deck is the backup deck today, so we could end up playing 2 leagues of this, 1 of Raw Priest, 3 leagues of this, none of Raw Priest, save Raw Priest for later. It just kind of depends on how the day goes. But that's typically like how I like to structure the stream, something like strong to start with, and then backup deck in case we need to pivot. Okay, so we have a step through to find us Asmo, although there's a good chance we are going to be holding off on that and making a couple Saga tokens instead, but it's nice to have the option. You perfected Pioneer already, come back to Modern. I have a really good idea of what I'm gonna play. So I don't know. So I'm Zoomake is getting in on Thursday. I'm planning to have dinner with like some other, you know, good Pioneer players. Talk to them Thursday and maybe hammer shit out. But also, you know, do some more playtesting off stream. Maybe a little bit more on stream also, but I've got it narrowed down to like 2, maybe 3 decks. Only 3k away from the million channel point buy. Don't no gambling if you're only 3k away. Don't gamble. Save your points. Oh, sorry. I should have cookbooked away my step through. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I was just step 6. I should have cookbooked away the step through. Lord of the Rings spoils start today. Cool. When I guess the set's coming out soon. Yeah, I need to like reread the NDA stuff. I don't know. It's. I think so. I'm not allowed to talk about exactly how cards were. I can say if they were different, and I can give my feedback on them. Second Death Shadow is pretty scary. We 7/7s. I might discard this cookbook now. I should have discarded it already. So let's actually not, unfortunately. Man, it really stinks they can make these 7/7s. So if I go step through for a Asmo, it doesn't let me kill them. I think they have a bolt. Like the Knight, 10 months, thank you. Said officially comes out on the 25th, the weekend of the energy. Unlike normal, won't be on Moto for months. What? I had no idea. It's not going to be on Magic Online for months after paper release? What a nightmare if that's the case. Mike the Knight with the 10, Kim McFigure with the 6. I wonder if I could maybe just like get like a paper stream going though. That could be kind of interesting. Okay, let's get an Aether Spellbomb. And I think we're going to pass back with the intention of double blocking a shadow. Weird to have near total knowledge of the set and still no previews. Oh yeah, I didn't get a preview card. That sucks. Let me check my email real quick. Let me double check my email before I say that. But I don't have near total knowledge of the set. The set like so far is like already like I can tell there's pretty drastic differences from when I worked on it. It's also been like almost 2 years, and I don't really remember a ton about it. Like I remember a good amount, but it's like I don't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of everything that was there. If that makes sense. We're supposed to block with 1. I think it's fine. Double block. Did a TBR. Yeah, it looks like I don't have a preview card, or I haven't been given one. That sucks. I really think they took me off the list because I like the last time I got. Like when I got the double masters thing, I didn't tweet it out, but I did a YouTube video. I thought that would have been fine. Okay, so we just Aether Spellbomb attack. I mean, if they had a removal spell, they should have used it last turn. Guess I should also equip my Shadowspear to 1, although it doesn't matter. I'm gonna lose to a removal spell, no matter what. But I feel like they would have cast like a Fatal Push on a Construct last turn so that they could kill the other one with the damage, unless they're just trying to bait specifically this, but I'm just gonna sit in. Okay, got there. Despite the little misstep on the Thonsi's turn. Okay, we do have I think I like Urza a lot against the red black base decks. I have the 4th Urza and the Void there. Not gonna be going too different on sideboarding, I imagine. Might cut the Rona. Kind of slow on the draw. Let's cut the Rona. Reddit says June 20th motor release, but who knows? I mean, that's not, you know, that's not that different from the other date that was quoted, but we'll see. Whatever, you know, whatever happens, happens. If that is the case, though, that like the paper release for Lord of the Rings is like super staggered from the digital release, it could be fun to like get some like paper streams. I've got some, you know, competent Magic friends I could invite over and proxy like a gauntlet of decks, or just like do some paper streams. That could be kind of fun. Hopefully my opponent does not have Alpine Moon. The YouTube video feels like more than a tweet. Yeah, I just don't think they saw it. I don't think they saw it, and so I think that they thought I just didn't do anything for it. It's okay. I mean, I don't need a preview card. I could email them if I was like really bothered about it, but I'm okay. I don't need a preview card. Yeah, streamed local FNM. I could actually I don't know. I'm friendly with a store that's pretty close to me. I could maybe do that. Spell table exists if you want to widen your circle. Yeah, I've heard of spell table, but I've never seen it in action, and I don't really know exactly what it is. But I would figure something out. I have a friend. I have a friend whose cousin. I don't know if he still does, but at one point he wrote for Channel Fireball for the Flesh and Blood side of things, and I think let me just play the Goblin Engineer. He did the Flesh and Blood side of things, and I think he used Spell Table to play Flesh and Blood. I may be misremembering that. That's a Magus the Moon for searching a step through. Not in the Urza Saga deck, I think. You could maybe right, because like you may want one for the Titan matchup. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. A little bit of innovating over there. It's tough though. What sorcery is this today? Step through is the sorcery. Doors open both ways. Alright, 5/6 Tarmogoyf. So we got a lot of options for this turn. We can go Thopter Foundry, activate Thopter Foundry. We can go step through Asmo. I don't like just like Thopter activate. Like I feel like that's probably gonna be pretty good against them. I could maybe go like make a Saga token and activate this just one time next turn. We can figure it out. If only we had Omen Hawker for 2 more Thopters here. Yeah, step through is finally the modern staple everyone knew it would be. I have my Pioneer list locked for LCQs. I have it down between like 2 lists, like maybe 2.5. And I'm going to be talking to some people. I'm going to do some more play testing, maybe some more on stream, but I'm feeling okay. We'll talk about it more later. How did Chandra Creativity go yesterday? It went pretty well. I like that deck a lot. Yeah, I'll talk more about what I'm playing later, I think. Alright, so they got the Invasion of Ikora, which is actually a good way for them to get through my Thopter Foundry stuff. Damn. Pink Ranger, 11 months, thank you. And I lost my Aether Spellbomb. Which version I like best, mono red or blue red? I think I like the mono red version a little bit better than blue red, but it's also for me somewhat up in the air. I'm gonna block here. My opponent can like assign damage as if it wasn't blocked, but then I get to keep my Thopter anyways. Just step through the 8/8. So if we may go like just gain 4 life this turn. we could go gain 4 life this turn. Take 13. And then hard cast step through. When an Emery worth in the deck? I mean you have to add Emery and Bobble, which is 8 cards, which is a fucking lot. I don't know. Modern decks is like there's just like a million options these days. It's a lot more complicated than can't we play Emery? I think I'm gonna hard cast step through. Yeah, it seems good. Attack them too. Well, I guess they get to reflip this though. Hold on. Maybe this is bad. What other option do I really have though? I guess I can go for a Construct plus Shadowspear. Because I can gain 1 and survive on board at the moment, but then I don't play around Lightning Bolts. I think either way I'm just attacking and passing. Doesn't it cost 5? Yeah, next turn. I'll have up to 6 mana next turn because of Springleaf Drum. Yeah, next turn we hardcast step through. I'm gonna gain life to survive this turn, and then next turn. My opponent is deep in the tank on my beginning of combat step, so I guess they have 4s. I don't know. Oh, reach! Sneaky reach! Awesome. Yeah, I know they can get it back from the yard, but we'll see what they do. Rona combo, Fire's deck, Bring to Light. No. I haven't playtested much Rona combo. A sneaky reach. Yeah, they only have 1 Hex Mage, but this can get this Hex Mage back from the graveyard. Yeah, I should have maybe commented on this, but it's cool to see this tech in the Jund Shadow list. I think this tech is a little bit better than I thought it was. Or at least it shines a lot in a Death Shadow show. How's Urza not a wizard? Well, yeah, so Artificers are Artificers wizards. This is a I think an important conversation point. Are Artificers wizards? Not Dashing Ragavan, despite the fact that that would be lethal. They've also tapped their only red mana, which is interesting. So, and they've played a land, so I'm not gonna die because they don't have any more red mana. I'm up to 14. I'm taking 13, and they tap their red. So take 13, go to 1. We could also next turn cast Asmo and shoot something. Definitely should have done this pre-combat. Yeah, Witherbloom command me. I can gain 3. Another Tarmogoyf, okay. So, what happens if I make a construct? I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of power. And then I can go get Springleaf Drum, or I guess Cookbook is 2 more points. Cookbook 2 more points, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 3. I think I'm 1 short of like just step through, kill them. No, step through doesn't get Urza, which really stinks. It's an Artificer. It's mostly just like Finale of Devastation in the deck. A Shadowspear's not out, but it also isn't good enough. Does 2 books kill? I mean, I can't get 2 books because this Saga's only on 1. A good spot to cast Step through next turn. The problem is like they can like get this back into play and make their creatures unblockable. Just trying to think. It's a tough spot. I need to make sure I think about everything. My Aether, it sucks that my Aether Spellbomb is already gone because that's kind of the solution. I think I just have to make this construct. Think you have 11? I'm counting 7 plus 3. If we because the most I can get off the Saga is Cookbook plus token. Does anything have trample? So this they can attack it as if like no blockers were declared. Excuse me. When it's also in the tank. Yeah, I think we're gonna be a little short here. You still get life with the Shadowspear. Not enough though. My opponent's attacking me for like 20 next turn. I can't block. Huh. Okay, that's an out. That's infinite life. Infinitely big construct, so we just get Shadowspear to win. That'll work. That'll work. Kona Yogi, thank you for the 4 months. Hope you're doing well today. That'll do. So infinite life, infinite mana, infinitely big, Thopter token, or its construct, which will equip the Shadowspear too. So, GG. May take a few clicks. Although, I kind of expect my opponent to pack it in. Although, it actually won't even take that long to get this Thopter to big enough to win. Let me maybe show them that they're dead here by equipping like this. How do you kill them with infinite? Shadowspear on that construct. Okay, so they have 8 points of toughness. They're at 9. So I need 14 minus 8 is 6. So I need 3 more. Yeah, we could also step through. Oh yeah, I guess that's actually easier. It's a lot easier. They're at 11. They're at 9 because of the Thopters. Is like shortcutting. No tutor for Sword of the Meek? We do. We do. Goblin Engineer. Did that this game even. Yeah, modern staple, step through. Ooh, wanna know. Feels good to be back playing some modern today. Yeah, no tutor for Urza, but you know what we do have? Draw steps, baby. Boom. Right into the hand. Can I explain the idea behind Omen Hawker? Mana. I think that there could be a few different ways to build around the card, but that's, you know, this is first draft or whatever. I've also been kind of obsessed with Bankbuster lately, so trying it out. Are the filtered lands too bad with Urza Saga? Oh, Omen Hawker plus filter lands. That's kind of an interesting combo. It's an interesting combo. I think that if we were going to play mono blue affinity with Omen Hawker, that would be something I do. I think in this 3-color Grixis deck, I don't know that I can get behind it necessarily, but in a mana base that's like with like a lot of colorless spells, that's kind of interesting. Worth a try. Yeah, that's a cool interaction. Good suggestion for sure. Alright, we need Spell Pierce. This is the Spell Pierce step of the game. Oh, wow. Weird. They just declined to Spell Pierce it? What's the one Rona for? It's a step through target. It's like when you already have an Asmo, or you need like a value card. Also, like, the activation, the flip is mana sink for Omen Hawker. I had more Ronas at first, and ended up cutting a couple for Bankbusters. Okay, let's play Scrappy. Hopefully we can find a land to step through into Asmo next turn. Got 2 looks with the Mutt draw and our draw step for next turn. Ragavan not dash 2 seems insane. I actually think people dash Ragavan on turn 2 way more often than they should. To be honest. Walking right into Spell Snare. 1 minute tick I've seen Urza as Recruiter gets Engineer Urza. Yeah, we had a pretty cool Urza. What was that deck even called? We had like an Urza Aether Vial deck with like Core Tapper and Power Conduit, so we could put counters on the Aether Vial, and then Vial and Recruiter get Urza. We also had the 1/4 untap artifact or creature on ETB Corridor Monitor that could untap your Aether Vial, could untap your Core Tapper, and also went infinite with Kiki Jiki that you could Recruiter for. I don't know what I called that deck. I've looked for it in my deck list a couple times and I couldn't find it, but it was very cool. It was very, very fun. Alright. Need a land. So bad. Let's go. Omen Hawker plus Cataracts in a Golos shell. Alright, now we're fucking cooking, baby! We're cooking. Thank you, Esther. Kiki Vial? Maybe. Kiki, yeah, I think I titled it like Kiki Jiki. I don't know if that's like what it says in my like Magic Online database, because it's like my Magic Online deck lists are always so different from what I title them. Yeah, that's why we're playing the step through. It's for Asmo. I mean, it's probably even just easier to look for it in the Stream Decker. That deck was definitely really sweet. They got a Murktide? Okay, well, I guess we need another Asmo soon. It's really sad that Thopter Foundry can only sack non-token artifacts. Yeah, I guess we need to rip another... Like, Asmo itself would be awesome, because we could go Asmo double activation. Maybe a little slow here. Charge counter Kiki, that's what I called it. Okay. So they did shrink the Channeler a little bit here. I don't really feel like I have like an option besides engineer a sword into the graveyard and hope they can't get their Delirium back, but I think they're going to. Oh, I could get Aether Spellbomb too. I'm probably thinking for a little too long here. But I think assuming they have no instant, which means that my engineer lives, this is a bit better. Row 22 exists with the 16. Thopter would be a little one-card combo against sack tokens. Well, you could say like non-Thopter token, but yeah, I know what you mean. you're not wrong. Yeah, so this was the Kiki deck. It was very cool. Hopefully we get something else for it one day, or can figure out some more tech. Oh, I wonder if Omen Hawker... Hold on, is Omen Hawker weirdly good here? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I guess you have to block here. Go to 1. No, my Omen Hawker. Which I guess they should play. That's a lethal attacker right there. Kind of surprised we're alive, though. Come on, Asmo off the top. Whoa. Dude, I've been summoning the cards to my hand today, huh? We're gonna go cast Asmo. And then I can either cast my cookbook, triple activate Asmo, or I can engineer the 5th food token and Aether Spellbomb that. This seems like the play. We have 2 activations up, so yeah, let's go ahead and just shoot this. Pass. Then do a bolt. How did you find the budget finale of Devastation with Wizard Cycling could be played in red-green food? Steel Seeker is not not a wizard, right? If Steel Seeker's a wizard, it's maybe. In this deck, it's better than Finale if you have a Omen Hawker, though. Yeah, another Artificer. Is there a particular reason for Bankbuster? One, I think that card is really fucking strong, and so I'm like really excited to play it. And just weirdly that when I was starting to brew around Omen Hawker, those 2 cards play really well together. And we're an artifact focus list. I just want to try it. I want to try it, see if that card has been underexplored in Modern. It's banned in Standard at the moment. It's a Pioneer staple. It's a really, really, really powerful spell. Sorry, I'm just very passionate about it. Okay, I'm going to try to kill this immediately as to stop my opponent from ever getting a Surveyo closer to Lightning Bolt. My opponent's saying is Murktide, Ragavan. Another step through. Yeah, I think we actually just kill the Murktide, gain 3. My gumption for Bankbuster surprises me. I don't know. I'm excited about cards that are like I've never played with before and that are interesting. Like I had never really played with the card before. Before like dipping my toes back into Pioneer, and the card is ridiculous. It has so much text on it. It does so much while also just being like a 4/4 crewable vehicle. And whenever there's like a new card like this that is like an underexplored Modern card, it's just, you know, like, wait, I'm like, that's like my whole thing, right? That's my whole thing. Underexplored Modern cards. Brandon say must be great. I don't know. I just feel like it's underplayed, underexplored. Like I've like never tried the card in Modern before. I am excited about it. Did you ever transform Rona? I did. Yeah, I did it last night actually. Yeah, I think we play the Thopter Foundry. Maybe start sacking the Mutt. Okay with this counter since we just scrap it back. Or engineer it back. Does that mean 5 mana sorcery speed edicts are good in Modern too? I mean, Invoke Despair does see a lot of play in Modern. Like the Cabal Coffers deck has a pretty good win rate, and it does see play, yeah. like, yeah, yes. Alright, let's bring in the Needle. I could be wrong with Bankbuster, but I don't know. I'm excited to try it. I'm also thinking you could play this in like a... Again, like Mono Blue Affinity sounds really sweet, especially with the new like Filter Land Omen Hawker tech that we just picked up. Thank you, chat. Yeah, non-sarcastic. Invoke Despair is good at Modern, yes. Alright, so I think I just want to bring in the Needle. I think it's maybe just Needle over Rona. No, I went the second Urza. And we can cut like second Buster, 4th Thopter, 4th Hawker. The 4th Thopter Foundry. Buster and 12 key? Maybe. Probably not. 1 Dragon Engine for Engineer. Also works with Hawker. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, it's like pretty bad to draw, but I guess you could discard it to Cookbook. I was thinking that like Scrapwork Mutt also fills a similar role, but you're like a bit more happy to draw it. So we can sink the Omen Hawker mana into Saga if it lives, which is obviously not like super likely to live, but that's okay. maybe be better to lead on Springleaf Drum, actually. Since we're probably not using the Hawker for anything this turn. Although we could draw Step Through. We could draw... mostly just that. Bankbuster. Also, if discarding Sword of the Meek is kind of interesting here. Yeah, attack for 1. I guess they just have the Relic. Maybe this is bad, but I think it's still the card to discard. Maybe discarding Steamits is a little bit better. I did slide out a Thopter Foundry too. Been worried about them bolting the Omen Hawker, so I think I want to just cast the Asmo. A bit worse than the counterspell. Idea for Murktide list: Invasion of Tarkir and Sprite Dragon. Okay, so this is, I think, as far as every single Invasion of Tarkir Modern Brew has gone. I think this is the everyone goes, Sprite Dragon's a dragon. Murktide's a dragon. That's it. That's as far as we got. I think that's as far as anyone's gotten with this idea. And it's just like not as good as like Murktide variants or other Murktide variants. I mean, Silent Draco. Silent Draco and Murktide in the same deck is tough, and Sprite Dragon in the same deck is tough. To know, 38, thank you. Yeah, Orvar is a dragon, but it's again, it's just like I don't think that there's a deck there. I think that if you try to build blue-red, mid-range blue-red tempo with Invasion of Tarkir, Channeler, Sprite Dragon, Murktide, it's not as good as like your other Murktide variants. I solved that. Earthquake Dragon? What the hell? Costs X less, where X is the total mana value of dragons you control. Costs 1 less for each card you own in exile. Okay. This is an awesome card. Oh, I should have held that to discard the cookbook, probably. Although I think we're gonna get Blood Moon out of this game, You need more than 8 dragons, though. What you need is like this. You need this Invasion of Tarkir deck with Sprite Dragon to be better than Murktide. Is what you need, right? Like if you're gonna play a blue-red like Murktide deck with counter spells, like is Invasion of Tarkir and Sprite Dragon better than like Ledger Shredder and other flex spots? Ledger Shredder and Holy Heat. Ledger, like are you cutting removal spells for it? It's like are these 8 cards you're adding better than 8 cards you take out from Murktide? Because that's exactly what you're doing, right? And I think the answer is just like a hard no. Okay, so they have a Murktide, but it's just a 6/6 here. I think the answer is just like a hard no. But that's the question you have to answer. Be a wild game to win. Think Phyrexian Vindicator is modern playable? Trophies leagues every once in a while, but I don't think that it's like particularly good, no. They are playing as the 6/6 Murktide, so I guess to get their connive. Will I recommend a Lara Cat combo for tourneys, or is it just for funsies? Like a little bit in between. I don't know. Like our win rate was solid with it. I think it would definitely feel like a powerful deck. But I also have a hard time imagining that it would be the best choice for a tournament. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to imagine the scenario where it's the best choice for a tournament, and I'm not really seeing it. So they must have another Murktide if they're gonna 4/4 here. Could also be worth just like chump attacking with both Hawkers so that another Asmo attack is lethal. Oh, I missed this play. Oh, I mean, obviously they had the I didn't know they had the Consider up, but good play, good play. Good played. Yeah, they had to have the consider or bolt there. I mean, a bolt. I'm just like losing to anyways. Whoopsie. I don't think it's a whoopsie, right? Because I'm just like not playing around the consider. I do think I'll discard this Asmo end of turn. We can use the Omen Hawkers to gain 6 life here. Why didn't I attack? It had 1 defense left. I mean, if I lose my Asmo, I don't think I'm winning this game at all. Alright, gonna be a tough one, huh? We could use Cookbooks to get back Asmo. Right? Yeah, I guess so. I guess maybe that was correct to attack then, huh? Good game. So go to 9. Get tired of having to play against Murktide all the time? Murktide hasn't been that popular lately. I mean, I've also been playing a lot of Pioneer lately, but it's not that bad. I don't know. Questions like this are usually Spike. I hate Murktide. You hate Murktide? Not really. Wouldn't say I love it. Kind of free to play this draw card. Play this draw card. We're just dead though. If I draw a Ovalchase Daredevil off the Bankbuster, and they connive a land, and they have all lands somehow, probably have a counterspell. Probably gonna go to game 3. Yeah. Alright, game 3 on the play. Hopefully, don't get so got by Blood Moon this time. Hard to answer it in Grixis colors. Alright, let's click submit, I think. I like to see more variety every time I join a stream. Your opponent's always playing a meta deck. I mean, that's just like what leagues are, you know what I mean? It's like if that's your complaint, like, you know, maybe Magic Online leagues, you know, just aren't your cup of tea, but like the league entry costs like money, and so people, like, you know, are very hesitant to brew, and I think it makes testing brews better because you're playing against just meta decks and stuff. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? That's what Magic Online is like. Yeah, let's go for Engineer here. Get a little bit of value off the Sword of the Meek in the yard, and we can get the Sword of the Meek back by making just a 1/1 construct next turn. You build a deck red-green and Steel Seeker instead of Goblin to have access to Bestage You and Might. We have played so much red-green food on this channel. We have played a ton of it. The deck's very good. We've hammered that deck out to death. One is like, I don't think you want to play Engineer outside of like the Thopter Foundry combo. So if you're just red-green, then I wouldn't play Engineer. We've done that. Like, that's like, I don't know, that's already a deck. Yeah, just gotta try to fade the Blood Moon again. It's okay if we lose it twice. Green instead of red. Green instead of red. Okay, so Steel Seeker. Oh, okay, so Steel Seeker over Goblin. I mean, like, you have to play more swords. You have to play more swords. But maybe. Not getting Blood Moon this turn. That's good news. Yeah, I finally got a haircut. This is way overdue. Okay, one less cookbook in the deck. They're playing a Murktide? What a draw from them, huh? Do you consider Jeskai instead of Grixis? I mean, Grixis is in this build a little bit better because you have Asmo. Like, you know, you could maybe suggest like a specific white card that you want, but in this build, Grixis is better. You don't need to do anything right now. Playing your Heartless Summoning list since your first league, add a Kiki Resto. Well, Kiki seems very hard on the mana. Seems very hard on the mana. But, I adapted the mana a bit, it's funny. It's kind of interesting, though. Yeah, we'll just go with the Murktide. Guess I'll let this Shredder trigger resolve first. I think it's better to kill the Murktide. Not get bolted out of the game. It would be nice to draw a land. Got 3 cards in their hand. Exile land, 2 cards up. Yeah, if they have a counter spell up, you know, good beats. They have another Murktide. It kind of looks like they have another Murktide. I think we have another Asmo. They're down to 1 card. We're not lucky enough to draw the land. I think that I'm going to just shoot the Ledger Shredder, so I can play my other cookbook and have double activation next turn. I'm going to take, you know, maybe a little bit more damage, but I really don't want to let them connive. Very nice in this spot that they've used 2 lightning bolts, and Unholy Heat does not currently kill Asmo, so they have to have one of their 3rd and 4th lightning bolts here. Or they attack with Ragavan and trade Ragavan and Heat her Asmo, which I probably block. It's close. Okay, there. Fast lands are just enemy colors. Fast lands are all color pairs. Wouldn't we be playing Pioneer? My modern streamer. Yeah, I decided to dip my toes into modern. May go back to the safe bosom of Pioneer soon. I guess I didn't need to activate this right now. I'm going to attack with the Asmo. Alright, top deck iteration. Always a good start. Next I'll consider. Tank your Bankbuster, go back to Pioneer. No! I want a bank bust today. Happy enough, I think, with this block. Yeah, Mutt is really good. It's like every time we play Red Green Food, people are like, Spike, have you thought about cutting Mutt for literally any card? No. You can take my Scrapwork Mutts from my cold, dead hands. I will never relinquish the Mutt. So we're making 5 Thopters a turn. Have we worked on the coffers list at all recently? No, not really. Trellon's been really, like, monopolizing the coffers game, I guess. His 8-field list has been so dominant lately. And I haven't really... I know it's, like, pretty different from when I've used to play, but I haven't messed around with it now. Not even for that one Dragon Engine. Yeah, I don't know. The problem with Dragon Engine, it's pretty bad to draw. But it is true that, like, you can dig for it with Steel Seeker, you can discard it to Cookbook. It's maybe a bit better than I think. Potato with the 7th, thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, this deck's pretty sick. Although we're into the stream when we haven't finished 2 matches yet. But I think we're gonna be 2-0. A little early to call. Okay, we are 2-0. Not early to call at all. We are in fact 2-0. Steel Seeker is in Loot Tree. Let's go. I think Steel Seeker is very, very good in specifically. Probably put back Island. Oh, put back. Sorry, Stevens. Yeah. I think very good in specifically Red Green Food. I don't know that it fits in a different shell, and this is also like just still not the channel where we are firing up. All right, Spikelings, today we're playing Red Green Food for the 1000th time. We're still not that channel, although maybe we will be someday. But I still think that deck's really good. I played it at the Hunter Burn recently. All right, bank busting. See how good this card is in the Lutri matchup. I actually had a Lutri. I started to work on a different Lutri shell. It's not even funny to call like Lutri like a shell, but whatever. Let me see if I can find it. But for keeping the, I guess I have one more basic, and they discarded the path. Lutri. Needs a little bit of work still. I haven't built the sideboard yet. Let me pull it up in a second after this turn. So lucky, they had their one-ofs. So yeah, this is like Lutri Affinity. Basically, you get to play 4 Urza Saga in your Lutri deck, which is kind of fun. I got 60 cards in here. I don't know. It's definitely like there were not quite enough cards, I think. Let's try to draw land, I think. Did draw land. RQR, thank you for the 2 months. Hope you're doing well today. So I don't know. I got 60 cards in here. Barely. Copying Shrapnel Blast, Galvanic Blast with Lutri sounds pretty sick. Copying, you know, Thoughtcast, Meeting of Minds. Feels like we're missing, honestly, like 10 good cards or something. Something really high like that. So for me to, like, maybe play it on stream. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, maybe Omen Hawker gets in the deck, huh? Looks like a Logic Knot. What about New Chandra? I mean, not in that build, but I do love the New Chandra, I'll tell you that. The Lutri deck used to have 2 Lutri. The problem is Lutri kind of sucks, you know what I mean? The problem is the card Lutri isn't like that good. I think we jammed the Urza. I was about to ask how many more counter spells can they have. That's one they can have. It's funny. They've already used their dress down, so my Saga hopefully will be good. Keeps the card on top. It's funny. One of every spell that says counter on it. I like the way you think, huh? They're gonna ice. So it's always so funny playing against Lutri. You're like, oh, they're so lucky they drew their one of name the card. They drew their one of Lutri. How terrible would Aether Train would be? Nah, it would be not good enough to play. I have to fetch shock with the Scalding Tarn. Can play my Asmo next turn, which is nice. So the option is to play equip Shadowspear or get the Thopter Foundry down. Let's get the Thopter Foundry in play. Just leave this back to block the Lutri. Yeah, I know you can play one Lutri in the main. Again, the problem is Lutri sucks, so it's like or Lutri's like not quite powerful enough to like main deck. So I don't think you really want to play it in the main. But you can play one in the main. I had Lutri in my sealed deck at the PTQ. It was pretty good there. I did end up not playing my second 4-mana destroy creature, make a treasure token. I had 2 of them in my pool, and I ended up only playing 1, so I could play Lutri as a companion. Is any companion good enough to main deck? Yorion. Lurrus was also like you couldn't main deck it with Lurrus as a companion, but I did play some like Monastery Mentor builds that wanted Lurrus as like another like unearth card. Yeah, Zerd of the main deck. Strangle. Okay, they got 3 cards in their hand. Okay. How bad is it to... I don't think I'm supposed to Thopter Foundry, sack the cookbook. I think I want to be able to draw an Asmo, stabilize, take 6 here. Into Murktide. Lutri's too good. Goblin Engineer is a good draw. Asmo's a good draw. Step Through is a good draw. I'm maybe not dead if I draw Urza. I might be dead if I draw Urza. What's Omen mainly used for? Urza Saga, Step Through, Thopter Foundry, and then you also have like Bankbuster. You have a lot of activated abilities here. Okay, well. Are you supposed to sacrifice Spear? I don't think so, maybe. Dead. Not exactly. Oh no, I'm dead. I go to 9 off the Thopter Foundry food sack, and I take 9. Okay, game 2. Cool. I remember Cookbook's flavor text. That was irrelevant. No, I was going to exactly 0. I thought I was going to 1. Okay. I'm bringing the 4th Urza. Another grindy matchup. Probably cut the Aether Spellbomb. Don't need to do too much else, I think. Yeah, let's run it. Cool. Did you have some brews ideas in mind for No Spark Nissa? You must have missed Nissa week. Did I have some brews? I think the Bloodbraid Elf. I mean, I don't know. I think that was maybe me. But do you have any ideas for Nissa? We got Nissa. Wait, hold on. Surely there were more Nissa decks in this. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Nissa decks. 2 of them were just Jund, though. I guess it's confusing because like this is not in Stream Decker database still. Was Gorilla Shaman 4? It's a sideboard card against Hammer. It works well with Omen Hawker. I think the first copy is fine. I just want another sideboard card for Hammer. When new Lanterns come in, graveyard decks. Living End mostly, but Living End, Reanimator, graveyard decks. Keep this. We can use the Omen Hawker for Urza Saga. Probably have their dress down though. Consult knowing what percentage of the set am I familiar with? 69%. I was like, why are you giving me exactly 69% of the set? It doesn't really make any sense. And you're like, do you want the gig or not? I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take the gig. I'll take it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I saw the set at one point like 2 years ago, and the set has definitely gone through at least one series of revisions since I had a look at it, and I don't know exactly how different it is now, but it is definitely different. Oh man, dude, Bankbuster would have been such a sick draw if my Omen Hawkers had lived. I could go Bankbuster, activate Urza Saga this turn. Instead I'm just making a Saga token. So we'll see. You know, I could talk about spoilers when they come out. Yeah, it was just a consulting thing. Range all their one of dress down. I mean, I guess playing around bolt's wrong, but they only have one. They should have maybe used it already too. So when's it coming out? This month or June. Is it June yet? June's tomorrow? June's the day after tomorrow.
The rest of my mocha?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, because I didn't make any for you. Sorry.
It's okay. I will say, like, the One Ring is already, like that card I'm really excited for Modern. It was, like, nothing like that when I saw it. Alright, spell snare this. Ooh. Bank busting time. Let's fucking go. Yeah, yeah, it would literally make you invisible, but that was kind of hard to implement. I say you're being tempted by the ring. I might say that. I might not. I think we go for step through, cast Asmo, Bankbuster activation again. I guess I didn't need to cast this Asmo yet, though. It's worse than to dress down. I found it. I'm probably still casting it, because like I have this extra mana. It's not that big a deal for me not to have second cookbook. Do you know if we're expecting any good double lands? Yeah, one thing I don't like about this Lord of the Rings stuff, which I probably should have expected, is that it's quickly turned into me saying, I can't talk about the set until we have spoilers, and then lots of like, Spike, but what if I just phrase my question perfectly? And then if I phrase it perfectly, like, are we expecting any good double lands? Then you can tell me. But I can't talk about it. Oh, baby. Sack the treasure token. Nobody's ever played around Bankbuster before. Although maybe they're just firing it off at anything. Yeah, I think spoiler season starts today. Oh, I see, Water. I see. But a lot of people, like, I don't know. A lot of people do this where they're like, I'm like, I can't talk about it. They're like, like, I'm gonna phrase my question in like a really picky way to see if you slip up. Another Bankbuster joins Thopter and the vehicle nihilist. You know which is the goat? I don't know. They're both pretty dang good. I only got one like actual counter spell in the deck. I can't believe they drew there. I can't believe they have Logic Knot. Okay. I can't believe they drew their Enter X card. Can I tell us in retrospect if I would do the consulting again? Yeah, but I also in retrospect wouldn't have said that I did the consulting so soon. But I was also really excited. I've been holding on to the secret for like 2 years, and I was excited to talk about it. But I wish I'd waited until like now, like, you know what I mean. People play Logic Knot. Loot Tree players play Logic Knot. Yeah, I wish I just had waited like, you know, until now to talk about it. But I can sell for. So they contacted me to just take a look at the Lord of the Rings set and do like a Hogak check, do an Uro check, make sure they just kind of wanted to make sure that they weren't printing anything too busted, and also like I could get feedback on how to make things a bit more powerful to be more fun or interesting for the format. And I thought the set was like really good when I looked at it. I feel like I was able to give some good and productive feedback, and I'm happy with the experience overall. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. Dude, nobody knows how to play around Bankbuster. Let's go. It's like literally impossible to play around. It's like I actually caused my opponent to misplay twice. It's so funny. Oh, maybe not. Hitch the Lucha to Fury. I mean, this is fine. But again, when I saw the set, there weren't any Hogaks. The set is also different now, though. So again, it would just be awesome if I could have all the credit and none of the blame things. Dude, I haven't cookbooked back in Urza in a while. Spin, spin, spin. Oh boy. Yeah, I would just love all the credit and none of the blame. When they say the format, yeah, modern specifically. Although if I had like, you know, thoughts on other formats, they were open to it. Right, game 3. Was Glimmer Baron not good enough for the food decks? Glimmer Baron is like okay if you're playing like, you have to have like very, very specific things for it. I always kind of felt like with like as a Ranger Captain tutor target it was interesting, and Ranger Captain it always to me was an interesting. I guess I actually need more blue. Ranger Captain was always interesting in food decks because it gets Asmo, and so I don't think I've ever played it. I've seen I think Canister play it with like the blue green investigate guy. But it's not a card that I hate, and it's not a card that I would never play. But it isn't a card that I have played. So is the set impactful for modern? It's gonna impact. There's brain impact, but it is not, or at least when I looked at it, was not Modern Horizons 3, which is what I kind of feel like people are really asking when they ask that. I liked it. I thought it was like a really appropriate power level, and. I'm excited to see how different it is, but I've been very excited for it for 2 years. Could be good to wait a turn on the Saga, so I can just like jam Urza's. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's actually they skipped. It's Modern Horizons 4. They just went ahead and skipped 3. Can't believe they drew their one of Archmage's Charm and their one of Consider and their one of Mana Leak. Have the cards you saw inspired any archetypes since then? Not really. It's like I don't know. I've got a stream to run. I do a lot of work here, and it's like tough to maintain the level of brewing I have, and so I've not built I built some decks when I was working on the set, right? So I was building decks and showing like what decks might look like with the new cards. I said Wizards some decks then. I can't remember a single one of them. I can't remember a single one of the decks. I do remember some of the cards. I can't even if I wanted to, I would have to go back and look at them. Look at my files. I couldn't tell you what they were. In with the 4 months, thank you. Alright, Bankbuster saved me. Are there any other IPs you enjoyed designing the set for? Naruto. Yeah, most of the time I consulted on Lord of the Rings for Wizards. I spent most of it begging them to do a crossover with Naruto. I probably spent them 100 pages on why it would save Magic as a brand, and then it's just very weird. After that, I haven't gotten any preview cards. I haven't gotten anything back. It's so weird, but I don't know if those two things are related. Probably not. Discarding Engineer Explosives. Icing me. Lutri. I think Lutri's gonna take it down, y'all. Well, give me a little bit of hope. Oh, I might be dead to Hall here. Oh yeah, I'm dead to Hall. Alright. Tune 1, GG Lutri. The mulligan this hand. Yep, up against Gigantha. Could put back the Rona. I think with 3 Sagas, you put back a Saga. Ritter got animated on Narset. People went wild. There's precedent. Yeah, I don't actually. I think that something like a crossover like that would not be unpopular or bad addition, but yeah, I think I want to keep Omen Hawker so I can go Saga token. It'd be great if I could have cast this turn to sink the mana into the Sagas. We'll see. Tron is Tron is also terrible matchup with Karn the Great Creator and stuff. Probably about as bad as it gets, to be honest. Is Anvil still good? It's not unplayable, but I don't know that I'd recommend it. GG's in a one. Yeah, the Lutri deck is definitely always the hero deck. Well, we do not want to see Urza's Mine. That's my commentary for this turn, is that I don't want to see Urza's Mine. Dang, I didn't want to see that. No. Did I experiment with new Nissa and Druid decks yet? No. Not yet. I don't know that I will, but so it finds Devoted Druid, and that was sick. I wanted it to find like an infinite mana payoff, and I guess the only option is I'm not main decking the Needle, right? No. I can't deal 17. Maybe if I draw Daredevil. Discard, draw Daredevil. Then we have 7 plus 3 plus 2, 9. Still not enough. Alright. Off it. Just gonna yeah, not sweat it too much. Can bring in the Obstructionist, can bring in the Needle, can bring in the Alpine Moons. We got cards. They cut the Shadowspear, cut the Aether Spellbomb, cut the Bankbusters, trim a Thopter Foundry. Might trim a Step Through also. Urza. Trim a Step Through. What is this clip?
There's a second Trump. Usually have Cleansing Wildfire in their hand though. I guess we don't have to play this turn. It's only bound if they draw exactly the power of assault value. No! Come on, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Damn it! Why? Why, Tron? Why?
Yeah, you knew they were gonna rip it because it was a clip. Should have known. This hand sucks. Need an Omen Hawker. Keep anyways. We definitely don't have a lot of hands that like actually beat them. Let's keep. Matchup's so bad. Every time I look in your hand, there's another card I haven't thought about for 2 years. Yeah, Omen Hawker Obstructionist is sweet. Okay, so I can discard my Daredevil to save my Sword of the Meek. I think I'll just discard the Obstructionist for that. Pop the Relic. Miserable matchup, although we did draw Alpine Moon, which is like, you know, something. They probably get a Blast Zone now. Oh, they did Power Plant. They have Stirrings. They just play Chromatic Star. So I guess we can put in Asmo into play if we get Springleaf Drums. Let's do that. Go, Asmo, go. You can do it. You can deal with 19. Find another tower. Play no stone. If we don't draw Needle, we're out of here. We're out of here. Goodbye. Tron opponent. No, what an awful matchup. Playing for the 3-2. Murktide every match. You know what Omen Hawker does? Omen Hawker blocks. We did beat Murktide in round. Feels like forever ago now. Broken. Yeah, so play the sword this turn. Don't mind if it gets countered. Can get it right back with the just making a Saga. If my opponent randomly taps out, we could just like slam Thopter Foundry, probably win the game. Not that they're very likely to tap out next turn, but if they don't, you know, if they hold up mana, we have a Saga activation. Fairy Mastermind is not a card I expected to see. So the risk the 17 months. It's not a card that I think is great in Modern. I think it's like pretty decent in like Legacy and Pioneer. Just like not a lot of cards that actually draw like a card on like sorcery speed in Modern these days. No more Uros. Although I guess I should probably play around Fire Ice now that I know they're not like stock Murktide. By like cracking my fetch if there's a window too. Yeah. Brave Mastermind plus Shieldred do some damage. Kind of interesting Pioneer combo. Mastermind plus Shieldred. It's good against Fable.
What's up?
Bad against Rin and 6. Yeah, I made Omen Hawker. Yeah, Hawker is so sweet. I've got a different build in mind for Tamuzi. Rogues plays both. Yeah, I didn't know Rogues played Shieldred. Okay, hear me out. What if Rogues didn't play the Rogues? What if they just played Fairy Mastermind and Shieldred in like a blue-black shell? Is that something? Are the Rogues good? I don't know. Game 1 against maybe not Murktide, but you know, Murktide variants. I do like to be pretty in on making some constructs. I think we're gonna grab Shadowspear and cast a cookbook. They like pretty clearly have counter magic up, so just try to play around it a little bit. If they counter this, that's fine. The rogues are pretty good, are they? Because I've played with the rogues some. I've never really been that impressed by them, but maybe they are. Maybe they're better than I give them credit for. All right, second Yuta. Gotta talk about Lord of the Rings set now after spoilers. Or are spoilers happening like right now or something? The solid flash package, you're an amazing, pretty important to hold up answers. Yeah, they may be a bit better than I give them credit for. Dead to heat plus bolt? Oh, they don't have delirium. No, they do. Land instant creature. No, they don't. Cool. I wonder if we win this game if these fairy masterminds are like any combination of Dragon Rage's Channeler, Ledger Shredder, Murktide. Maybe not any combination, but oh, there's a Murktide. 7/7 Murktide at that. They have no cards in their hand though. Then we're gonna be playing an Urza. Can get this up to 4/4/5/5. I think only 6/6. Only attacking with one mastermind is so weird. Oh, they also have the Bobble Drill. I missed that. So I can equip Sword of the Meek and Shadowspear, presumably to this construct. Making it a 6/7, but I have to, so I don't die. Maybe it's better to move this one over here or something, though. I don't know, getting as much life as possible seems fine. Obviously wish my construct was one bigger, but it's not. That's a 2. They're probably going to be in a spot, though, where they can't attack with this Murktide now, which means that we're going to be okay. One of their 2 cards being Island is really good for me, of course. They have their Fairy Mastermind activations if they're just really flooded, but those don't seem like they're really going to be too scary either. Let's see, they have 11, I'm at 13. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm double equipping again, but now it's a 7 power creature. And I have an attack with this Urza, right? Omen Hawker, Training Grounds for Mastermind. We did that in Pioneer. It was mid. Play that right. So, yeah, I think I have an attack, because if they have heat, they're killing my Urza anyways. They might kill the construct and, like, block here. Hey, I don't think we have 35 months. Sorry, my phone's buzzing. Okay, nice. Not sure how they crawl out of this one at this point. We'll see. Maybe I don't know. I don't think there's any combo with this. No wheels. Again, hey, I don't think we have 35 months. Yeah, spoilers for today. Apparently in like an hour. We'll see. Blood Moon just down on Holy Heat. Yeah, just down for sure. Needle, Urza in, out Rona, out 4th Thopter Foundry, and let's go. Stream is starting now. It's always good to know when a wizard stream is happening, because I'm like, why am I losing all my viewers? Yeah, stream's starting, 14 minutes. Okay, we'll tune in. It'll be cool to see like what I'm very excited, because I know things are gonna be different from when I saw them. I'm excited to talk about some stuff. Keep this. Like you should have a news ticker at the bottom of your camera that will answer these popular questions. Maybe, but it's also like I find this stuff out from chat always. Like, I didn't know there was a wizard stream today with Lord of the Rings. I literally get all my Magic like news and information from Twitch chat. I don't maybe sometimes Twitter. I like never check Magic subreddits. I get almost all of my Magic news from y'all. It's a pretty good system. I think I like going for Engineer, since my opponent maybe like will want to use their mana killing the Engineer and that can resolve the Thopter Foundry. Will the most recent version be new to me? Yeah, I will be. They didn't like keep sending me updates, and they definitely have made revisions since I saw it. Well, seems like maybe I was right that they're going to spend their turn killing the... I mean, obviously 2-mana removal spells not really nice if they don't have a... Spill some coffee. Really nice if they don't have Spell Pierce or Spell Snare. Deck Tech for Existence. Folks, Leak in chat. Happy to take a look. I guess I should have known we're getting Spell Pierced. That's okay though. They got 3 cards in their hand. We got Asmo coming up. Were there any cards I saw? Like, you need to turn this shit down. Nothing like super crazy. There's like a couple cards I recommend nerfing a little bit. All right, we tweaked the mana base to play Kiki Jiki, baby. Oh, you cut. I'm surprised you cut Nissa, because like Nissa, I was when I heard that you say that you cut the, yeah, when I heard you say that you cut the. Or when you added Kikiji, I assumed like you were mana fixing with Nissa. I really like, you know, you also just have 1 Kikijiki to draw into, which is maybe not ideal, maybe okay. I don't hate the Restoration Angels. How many reds? So you have 1, you have 4, you have 4 red sources in your Kikijiki deck, or like 4 plus your fetch lands. But your fetch lands are also kind of taxed because you are a 4-color deck that's like mono whites. I don't know. I don't feel like this is what you want. Like, to me, like having access, like you have an insane late game with this deck. You have an insane late game. Having access to some Avalanche Riders, you will just blow up all your opponent's lands, exile all their permanents, exile all their creatures. And I think that Kikijiki is, you know, Andrea Mengucci once said it really well. Nobody's deck ever got better from adding Kikijiki to it. I don't exactly believe that, but it doesn't look like this is a good change to me. It makes your mana base is like much rougher, and it doesn't feel like the power level trade-off is there, like it's a correct addition. I also prefer Lay Down Arms to Path Exile on the side, although I don't feel very strongly about it. There are pros and cons to both. I think those are my thoughts. But like, if you were gonna play more Kikijikis, like, if you're gonna do all this stuff to your mana, like, you need to like have a way to tutor it, like with Recruiter. Although Recruiter's kind of awkward with Heartless Summoning. It's not that bad though. It's just like 1 red mana Demonic Tutor. It's not that bad actually. Okay, so 3-2 this league. Let's do one more. I may not finish this whole league if it goes really long, because I do want to get to the backup deck today. But let's do one more. Let's run it back. Yeah, just in the modern mood today. I think I know what I'm playing